everything scary. I'm GMHaunts, and today I am at Lowe's for the Halloween 2025 season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at my local Lowe's for the Halloween 2025 season for the very first time here on the channel. And as you can see, this store looks absolutely amazing. They have the full animatronic display. They have the entire back wall of merch. They have inflatables on the top shelf, and they have a ton of animatronic stock over on the side there. This looks incredible. Probably my favorite display that Lowe's has ever had for the Halloween season. And I will be putting links to everything you see in this video in the description down below. So if you would like to purchase anything, but there's an item you can't find at your local Lowe's, I will provide the links to everything that I'm about to show you. But without any further ado, I am just too excited. Let's jump right into the animatronic display. Obviously here on the left, we have the three props we saw for the Summerween display, that being the friendly ghost, the party skeleton, and the techie Bluetooth DJ. First, we'll take a look at the friendly ghost here, the dancing friendly ghost, I should say. So here he is dancing away, obviously made by Jemmy. He's pretty quiet, but hopefully you can hear him a little bit, get an idea of what he does. Obviously, to the right of him, we have the party skeleton, also made by Jemmy. Let's get him going here for $99. These two go very well together. Obviously, much more kid-friendly animatronics. I'm more of a fan of the scary stuff we're about to take a look at, but cool regardless. And of course, we also have the techie Bluetooth DJ skeleton. Here he is. Obviously pretty quiet. He's also just playing the demo audio. No Bluetooth music or anything right now because he is in the store. But there he is. The lighting looks fantastic in person. Really cool. So there is the Bluetooth DJ. Moving along, we also have Hagatha Brewmaster, which is quite the name if I'm being honest. But here she is. She's got the bone staff, mouth movement, LED eyes. I will say I really like the look of the twigs underneath her cauldron. It is just a whole plastic mold, but it looks really cool. She's got a green light in there. I think it would be awesome to add like your own fog machine so that fog would come out, drill a hole in the back of the cauldron. It's just plastic again, all plastic mold. But there she is. Let's get one more demo of her. I'll shut up so you can hear her. She's pretty quiet. Latex head, obviously. There she is, Hagatha Brewmaster. What a name for a witch animatronic. Next to her, obviously, we have Gary the Gravedigger, also new for this season. And this guy's actually being made by Sing Song, the new factory that Lowe's is utilizing for Halloween animatronics. So here he is. As you can see already, he does have a constant on when it comes to lighting, which is great. I always love constant on because the lantern and his eyes are just always turned on, illuminating the darkness. Really cool. So let's get a demo of Gary the Gravedigger here. Mouth movement, obviously. He's got arm movement, which I didn't even know he had until seeing him today. There, that's kind of a short activation. Let's get another demo of him here. I will say the eyes are pretty cool in person. Like, they look super bright. I love the way the pupils are painted. I love the black around his eyes. And as you can see, he just stays on even after activation. So there is Gary. Obviously, we have more animatronics to cover over on that side, but I do want to take a look right here at the Keeper of Time. This is one I have very much been looking forward to seeing in person, and today was my first time getting to activate him. Actually, I should say right now is my first time. So let's go around to the front before he pops up here. Here's the Keeper of Time from Techie. He is pretty awesome in person, I'm not gonna lie. I was super excited to get to see this guy because you don't get an idea of how tall he gets when you see it on camera. This is one you have to see in person to get an idea of that lurching. And I love the green LEDs in the eyes and the watch that he's holding. It's a real chain, a real gold chain also. in his hand. The Keeper of Time is pretty awesome. $2.99, like I just said, from Techie Design. Let's get one more demo of him. Unfortunately, his volume is pretty low, and we're in a store, obviously, so there's other things going on, so kind of loud. Let's get another activation. All right, here we go again. That is so cool. He gets pretty high up. I'm gonna say maybe 10 or 11 feet at full height after activation. That is super dope. I love the animation. I love the green eyes and the watch. Keeper of Time is definitely now one of my favorite props from Lowe's this season after getting to see him in person. So there he is. But going back over to this side, I am super excited about the item we have kind of right on the palette here. This is the all new Skull Groundbreaker, and this thing is huge in person. To give you an idea, I'll put my hand right on the skull. I mean, take a look at that. Really big blow molded plastic piece, and I love the way the LEDs light up his face. It's sort of like a purple black lightish-esque color that lights up his eyes, the mouth, and the nose a little bit. Huge hands as well, $249 for the Skull Groundbreaker, and this is one you have to see in person as well to get an idea of how big it is and how cool those LEDs look. This is one I may have to pick up after seeing what this looks like in person. Super impressed with it. Obviously behind that, we have the Nightmare Specter. This is one I did just unbox on the channel very recently. Here he is. $99, an amazing price tag for this prop. Obviously also made by Techie. This one also looks super good. I love the paint on the face. Looks awesome. So there he is, the Nightmare Specter. Behind him is an animatronic I did not expect to be this big. This is the Blood Howler werewolf. We've known about him for a couple of months now, but seeing this one in person, his proportions are gargantuan. This guy is huge, also has constant on, as you can tell, with the eyes already being illuminated. Let's take a look at the Blood Howler werewolf. This one is also being made by the new Sing Song factory. There he goes, leaning back, and his wingspan has got to be around 5 or 6 feet. Absolutely huge animatronic. Again, got to see this one in person to get an idea of how large he is. There he is leaning forward again. Let's get one more activation because this is our first time getting to see the Blood Howler this season. Here he goes. $329 for the Blood Howler. And there he goes. I love the stuff activating in the background. There he is. Really cool prop, honestly, after seeing him IRL. Huge and really cool. And speaking about huge props, obviously we have the brand new Scarecrow standing at 10.5 feet tall. You can already see the Immortal Nightwalker, obviously right in the middle there. This guy a little bit shorter at 10.5 feet, but still a cool one. So let's get a demo. He has a red button down here, and there he goes. He kind of like sways from side to side is this one's animation. He's got a crow on his shoulder that has LEDs in it. He's got yellow LEDs himself. Let's get one more activation because that was kind of short.
I'm the result of a mad farmer's experiment. Leave this field or you'll be next.
Hopefully you can hear the audio there. He talks about being an experiment. Kind of weird audio, honestly, but cool prop. And of course, we cannot forget right in the middle about the star of Lowe's Halloween 2025. I already own this guy, and he's one of my favorite animatronics for the season overall. This is the giant 12-foot Immortal Nightwalker. Let's see which one's his. Here he goes, the Immortal Nightwalker. Obviously, I already unboxed this guy on the channel as well. You should definitely check that video out. This guy is fantastic in every way. And I love the way he just towers over all the animatronics in the display. Such a cool one. There he is, obviously also being made by Techie for this season. They also have the giant skeleton, the Lowe's variant of it. And to wrap up the animatronics display, we have to take a look at the vintage clown, another Techie item. Looks like it should be this button down here. Yeah, here we go.
Would you like to
vintage peekaboo clown. There he is. I really like the flashing eyes. That's cool. I like that it's not just a constant on. This character feels like it fits very well with the blinking. $149 for the peekaboo clown or the vintage clown, whatever you want to call him. We'll get one more activation of him. This is our first time seeing him. I do like the audio on this one, I will say, and the reset is super fast, as you can tell. So there is the vintage peekaboo clown, and it looks like to wrap up the animatronic display, we have the Miss Plague Doctor, or the female Plague Doctor, whatever you want to call her. Let's take a look.
Join me and fear not, for I am here to heal and protect you from the plague.
Obviously, we'll now move on to the back wall of merchandise where there are some more animatronics and also just assorted decor, as well as all sorts of smaller things. Obviously, we will be taking a look at everything Lowe's has to offer. And in this first section, they have the brand new Gemmy Rotten Skeleton. This is one I was really excited about when we first saw the photo, and it looks pretty cool in real life. Not my favorite static prop we've ever seen, but for the price tag of $100, you honestly can't really go wrong with it. And it's got a lot of detail in the paint job and the sculpt. Obviously, just a static prop, but he looks really great. And with lighting and maybe some slight modifications to it, you could really make an awesome prop for your display. Next, we have the pumpkin skeleton, which is from last year. We'll get a demo. There he goes. As well as the animated tombstone, 2 returners from last season, both also made by Techie. And we also have the brand new witch. This one is a 2025 animatronic, very classic green-skinned witch in a black outfit, and her neck kind of pops up. We'll see if we can get her to activate here. I'll have the camera on her. Here she goes. There she is. Obviously, much more of a simple prop, just at $99. I don't hate the look of it, honestly. The arm positioning is a little bit weird, but you could customize that and modify it. So not a terrible prop in my personal opinion. Obviously, we can't forget about Emily and Victor, brand new to Lowe's for this season, and it looks like they have buttons. So we'll press this. Here's Victor.
I will light your way in darkness. With this ring, I ask
We should get Emily going on at the same time. So here's Emily as well. There they are, Emily and Victor, obviously both being made by Gemmy. Also, we have the hitchhiking ghosts from the Haunted Mansion in activation. They're about maybe 3 or 4 feet tall. You can kind of see them going on there. Audio is turned down basically to nothing, so can't really hear much going on, but still get a great idea of how they look. And we also have the Mickey Mummy animatronic, which I know is super popular for this season. So of course, we'll get a demo of the Mickey Mummy. Here he is, dancing away there. He does sing Monster Mash. I'm not sure how good you can hear that, but he sings a Mickey version of Monster Mash. They also have the Casper the Ghost blow mold figure, which as you can see is lit up very nicely. They have a tinsel pumpkin. They have a dog set up with a couple of different dog related items. Oh, we can't even forget about Sparky. How did I just pass that? Obviously we have Sparky as well right here with Emily and Victor. Something that gets me excited every year at Lowe's is the selection of pumpkins. A lot of them normally from Techie, and they are definitely not disappointing this season. We have the animated white jack-o'-lantern right here, obviously with the mouth movement, for $36.98. I love this. So this is brand new for this season. We have an LED pumpkin with a really cool sculpt on it and a great flame effect. I always love these more kind of cartoony ones. Oh, look at that. All the props are going off again. I always love the cartoony pumpkins, and this one is also new for this season. This is 14 inches and features the same really cool flame effect in it. Obviously, we have the pop-up pumpkin from Techie, which we have seen in the past. Another one we've seen in the past are those two designs. They have some of the more friendly or traditional looking pumpkins. These are like soft plastic material, which is really nice. They have also another skeleton tombstone down there as well. They have an animated witch. They have 3 more of the decayed skeletons. Moving along, we have some tombstones. These are the Haunted Mansion tombstones, some Emily, Victor, and Sparky's in stock. Looks like some foam tombstones, some more Haunted Mansion decor. And then this is really interesting. Lowe's actually does have step pads this season. As you can see, it says step, then run for $12.98, obviously for animatronic activation, which is really cool to see Lowe's actually selling foot pads this year. They have a mini version of the normal Froggy's Fog machine. This one is a 400 watt for 50 bucks. Obviously the timer remote, which I do already own, and we can't forget about the inflatables. They have what looks to be a Universal Monsters Frankenstein, more of like a friendly take on Frankenstein, and the blow molds, which every year are some of the most popular items that Lowe's has. They have a Ghost Mickey, or I should say a Ghost Minnie and a Ghost Mickey, the Casper the Ghost, which we just took a look at. They have a Snoopy down there in a pumpkin outfit. They have a Donald, they have a Stitch, and they also just have a generic dog blow mold. So many different options this year, and I know that they are super popular so far. Walking around the skeleton display and the selection of different skeletons that Lowe's is offering for 2025, I really want to show you these. They have these awesome brand new tombstones that are sort of, let me see, they're plastic. Yeah, I guess they are technically blow mold material. And I love the sculpts, the look of these. The one on the right is more of like a sort of brownish color with some skulls sculpted into the bottom, as well as some green. And the one on the left is much more silvery gray. But something I really like about both of them, boom, they both have purple LEDs on them. There's the one on the right. This one has it up in the skull, as well as the teeth, as you can see, with a bird on there. Really awesome looking tombstones that I think I'm gonna have to pick up at some point for my display. They are really cool looking, and they're probably about 3 feet tall, maybe a little bit bigger, so definitely some must-haves. To give you an idea of what stock looks like at this Lowe's location, they are absolutely packed with brand new animatronics with so many boxes. As you can see on the right side, it looks like we have some of the animated jack-o'-lantern or the skeleton pumpkin, whatever you want to call it, from last season. They have a couple of DJs. They have 2 Keeper of Times right here. Over here, they have 2 of the Skull Groundbreaker. They have a Haggith the Brewmaster. They have some 10-foot skeletons, some of the 10.5-foot Scarecrow, 1 of the Tombstone skeletons from last year, some hitchhiking ghosts, some blood howler werewolves, the Mickey mummy. They have nightmare specters down here, some of the decayed rotten skeleton, 2 Gary the gravediggers, some missed plague doctors, a peekaboo vintage clown over there, and of course my favorite from Lowe's this season, 4 of the immortal nightwalker. They also have 2 dancing ghosts up there. They have just about every animatronic in stock, and it looks like they have some more on the top shelf and kind of just around it in different areas as well. So there is all of the animatronic stock. And if you're curious, I'll give you a quick look at the inflatables on the top shelf of the Halloween section. You can pause the video and take a closer look at those. There is a bunch of them. It looks like right now they just have the smaller, all 3-footers it looks like. I don't think any of them are bigger than 3 feet right now, but those are the inflatables. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that is going to wrap up my very first walkthrough of a Lowe's for the Halloween 2025 season. And the display looks amazing this year, especially at this location. They did such an incredible job with it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if there is something you want to pick up that I showed today and you just can't find it at your local Lowe's location, I will have links to everything in the description of this video. So definitely go and check that out. But I guess, remember, as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll consider for more Lowe's Halloween 2025 videos. Goodbye.